Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks in a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business at paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.
Better get the coleslaw, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue.
In a previous video, I talked about why black men are the doormat of the dating scene. And in this video, I want to go more in depth on why many black men are the doormat of the dating scene. And the main reason why many black men are the doormat of the dating scene is because of the dysfunctional relationship that black man has with his mother. Now, many black men over the last 60 years have grown up in either single mother households where they have a part-time father who comes in and out of their life, or they grew up in a home with a beta male father who was extremely passive, and because of this black male's relationship with his mother is dysfunctional. Now, this black male's relationship with his mother is supposed to be the first woman in his life, and sadly, that woman does not teach her son interdependence from day one like a healthy mother does. No, that mother basically winds up teaching her son codependence, and teaches him codependence because he basically learns this dysfunction due to the system of white supremacy. Now, the system of white supremacy has a major impact on the black family, and the system of white supremacy makes it where many black boys don't grow up in a healthy environment where they learn interdependence from an early age. Now, in an interdependent relationship, the mother is looking to model for the boy to be independent of her and look to go out here and do things on his own for himself. That's what the mother sees as something that is an accomplishment for her. Unfortunately, in many black single mother households with part-time fathers, and households with beta male fathers, what happens is that the mother starts to become codependent on her son, and as she becomes codependent on her son, she looks to maintain power over that boy so that she can be able to be taken care of in her older age, either because she does not trust the husband that she married to do it, the baby daddy, to be in her life, or to trust the man that she basically had a child with to be able to take care of them and lead them. So what she does is looks to try to transpose this onto her son, and as she looks to transpose this onto her son, this basically leads to her looking to maintain power over her son instead of sending her son out to go out here and be a man the way he is supposed to be. The way God wanted a man to be, again, is to be interdependent, where he is out here on his own and able to do things for himself. But in many black households, again, due to the system of white supremacy, this basically messes up the boy and messes up his relationships with women. And an example of this is shown in the movie Baby Boy with the character of Jody. Now, in the movie Baby Boy, the character of Jody does not want to go out here and be a man because he's afraid of taking the responsibilities of manhood, and that's all due to the codependent relationship he has with his mother. And that codependent relationship keeps him from being able to actualize his potential as a man. And this is something that hampers many black men in society these days, because what happens with these men is that they don't know how to go out here and be interdependent and be of themselves, and they also don't understand that every relationship is not going to be like mama. This was something I learned when I was 13 years old, when one of my family members had an argument with his girlfriend, and as he had this argument with his girlfriend over the way she made food, this is where I understood, hey, when it comes down to relationships, no woman outside of your mother is going to be like your mother, and to expect a woman outside of your family to be like your mother, that's just absolutely ridiculous, because this woman hasn't been raised by your side as a sibling. But this is the way many black men think. They think every woman is going to be like mama because mama was the authority figure, Mama was the lead in the relationship, and sadly, they take that same dysfunctional model with them and they take it into their relationships. And that's what causes their relationships to become extremely dysfunctional, because what happens with these men, because they don't get a foundation in actual Christ and actual Word of God, what happens is these men don't know their roles as men, don't know their roles as men, as heads and stewards, don't know that their role is to lead the woman, and they don't understand this. And as they grow up in these single mother households, they're looking to follow the lead of a woman, and that's very frustrating for their girlfriends and in some cases their wives, because what happens with those women is those women, when they go and get into a relationship with a man, what they are looking for from the black man is for that man to be a leader. They're looking for that man to be the one who leads the relationship. They're looking for that man to be the one who gives her guidance and advice. They're looking for that man to be a teacher and a mentor. Unfortunately, when it comes down to many black men are not taught these essential life skills by their fathers, and they're definitely not taught this by their mothers. No, the mothers basically want to keep their sons at their side to be able to take care of them when they get older, and they don't want these sons to go out on their own and have their own woman. So what happens with these males is that they never grow to understand how relationships are actually supposed to work. No, the way relationships are actually supposed to work, but as related to God's natural order, is that that man is supposed to be leaving his house, and again, being with his wife and cleaving to her. This is what Jesus said in his word. He said, for marriage, again, a man will forsake his mother and father and then cleave to his wife. That's in his word. Unfortunately, in black households, the mother does not want the man to go out here and forsake her. No, she wants to keep that line, the codependent hook into her son, and this basically makes it where this boy basically winds up stuck in a series of codependent relationships like the one he had with his mother. And again, that is very frustrating for a woman, very frustrating for a woman to be dealing with a male who cannot really commit to her because he's still committed to his mama. And because he's still committed to his mama, he can't really go out here and bond and be with his woman. And again, that woman is basically looking for that man to lead her, look to that man to guide her. And sadly, that man is not there because he's still got this apron string tied to his ankle. And as he's got this apron string tied to his ankle from his mother, again, he's coming in with the expectation that this woman will be just like mama, and that ain't the case at all. No, your relationship with your girlfriend or your wife ain't gonna be the same relationship that you have with your mother. No, your relationship with your mother is one of a kind, just like your relationship with your sister is one of a kind. And the woman outside that you choose to be your girlfriend or your wife, that is a completely different relationship. But many black men don't understand this and basically either wind up treating their girlfriends like, in many cases, their mamas, or in some cases like their sisters, but in most cases it's just like mama, and they're expecting the woman to go out there and lead them. And again, this makes many women deeply frustrated because they didn't sign on to be led. No, they were looking for this man to go out here and be able to handle business. They were looking for this man to go out here and be able to build a home, be able to take care of the bills, be able to go out here and again look to build something with her. That's what that woman was looking for. But the sad part is that many of these black males out here basically don't understand this. And again, they approach the relationship the way they saw mama having relationships. And again, the way mama had a relationship was everybody did what she said because she was the head. But the whole thing is she was never meant to be the head. No, God meant for a man to be the head. But the sad part is white supremacy took the man out of the home, and that's why you have a lot of chaos in black households, because again, many black men never saw a father in their home. They never had a man of God teach them their role as men of God, never had other men in the community model manhood for them. And as a result, what happens with these guys, again, they looking for a mama. And again, when you looking for a mama, basically that's a codependent relationship. A codependent relationship where neither partner will ever be satisfied, because no woman wants to sit there and be a mama. No woman want to be somebody's mama. No, she wants to be the woman who is elevated by her man. She wants to be the one who's respected by her man. She wants to be the one who's, again, treated differently, again, than some mama. No, she wants that special treatment. Again, the role of a woman, again, in a relationship is completely different. But sadly, many of these young men never get that. No, they never get this lesson as related to relationships. And sadly, what happens to a lot of black men is that they go around having codependent relationships with women that they go out here and have children with, the baby mama. And again, what they're looking for is for her to be actually a mama to them. And again, that what makes those relationships fall completely apart, because that woman isn't satisfied, because this man is not leading the way he's supposed to do. No, he's not setting the course. He's not making the standards. He's not establishing the standards for the relationship. No, like Jody and Baby Boy, basically all the women is doing is telling him how to live, and he's basically following their lead. And as he's following their lead, they're getting frustrated with him because they don't see no man out here. No, they see a child again, and that basically frustrates them because they wanted a relationship with a man. And sadly, with black men, a lot of us, we don't understand what it means to be men, because again, white supremacy took our fathers out of our home, took the men out of our communities, denied our men the ability to have jobs and be out here and leading our community. And that's what's messed up a lot of black men. And again, a lot of black men are at the bottom of the dating scene because of white supremacy, because white supremacy only wants to see black men at the bottom. But we have to go out here and start understanding what white supremacy is, and then start creating our own standard for ourselves, our own standard, because the problem is that our boys, again, they can't learn how to be a man from a mama. No, they need a man to model manhood for them, and white supremacy doesn't want us to have men in our communities. Just like they said, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing has said, they don't want no black man to be a man. Same thing Neely Fuller Jr. has said. They don't want a black man to be a man. And that's the thing that scares many of these racists. Again, scared to see a black man being a man. Because if a black man is a man, they fear that he will, again, put up reprisal for all of the oppression he suffered during slavery, Jim Crow, and even right now. And they fear that if black men start asserting themselves as black men, things will change in the black community. Even some black women fear this because they know they benefit from white supremacy. And again, if black men basically started asserting themselves and started, again, looking to lead, again, this is something that would be good for the black community, because in the black community, we desperately need black men to, again, be men. We need black men to go out here and understand what being a man is. But sadly, a lot of boys growing up, they don't learn what this is at an early age, and this is what messes them up as they grow up. Messes them up badly, because what happens with these boys is as they grow up, what happens is they don't learn, again, interdependence, one, again, to separate from mom like God wants us to separate from mom. Again, when a man marries, he forsakes mother and father and cleaves to his wife. That is what a man is supposed to do, because now he is his own unit, and he's supposed to separate from mom. And again, as he separates from mom, his relationship with his wife is different from the relationship he has with his mother, because his mother was someone who is supposed to nurture him, but this woman is somebody who wants to learn from you. Again, she doesn't want to be nurtured, she wants to be led. And that's the thing that's, again, made a major problem between black men and black women. Again, the black man, again, is not someone who anybody trusts to go out here and lead. Again, the racist white man doesn't want to see the black man lead. And the black woman has been programmed to believe that the black man can't lead due to years of stereotypes presented in Jim Crow and slavery and throughout history. Again, they want to say the black man is lazy, the black man is incompetent, black man basically built this country, but they want to say the black man can't do anything, and that's got the black woman thinking that she has to step into the man's role. Again, it's a vicious cycle where the girlfriend basically feels she has to step into the role because the man can't do it. And again, this is where the black man is as related to things. And again, a lot of black men, again, want to step into these roles and want to step in. And the sad part is no black mothers don't see how the white supremacist makes it where you're teaching your son to be self-destructive by holding on to him too long, coddling him too long, holding on to him too long, and basically keeping him in arrested development. No, that boy has to learn interdependence. He has to learn how to go out into the world at about 12, 13 years old. He's got to learn how to handle his business, and he's got to learn how the world works for men, because the world works completely different for men than it does for women. And that's another lesson many black men don't get. They don't understand, as a black man, the world is going to be completely different for you than it is for that black woman. That black woman basically can go out here and look to find any sort of simp who will take care of her, but there's nobody going to take care of you, and you can't depend on mama. Mama can't take care of you. Your job is to go out here and become your own man and handle your own business. That's your job as a man. But sadly, there's no men to sit down and talk to this young man and let him know what the business is out here for himself. And this is why black men, again, wind up the doormats of the dating scene. This is just me following up on that video, because I want y'all to understand why black men have it so hard in the dating scene. They have it very hard in the dating scene because they don't get a good foundation in manhood. Again, without that foundation in manhood I talked about in the previous video, again, as related to understanding your role as God's head and God's steward, understanding that you need to have some standards for yourself and have the standards of God as related to relationships. You need to have standards for yourself. Without those standards, basically what happens with black men, again, is that instead of being men who can go out on their own and be interdependent, they just go out here and wind up settling for less, settling for abuse, settling for disrespect, settling for whatever comes their way, and never demanding better of the women that they're involved with, never demanding and insisting that if you want to get involved with me, that you need to show me, again, the basics as related to respect. You need to show me the basics as related to character. You need to show me the basics as related to, again, honor. And again, if I don't see those basics, then there's no reason for me to get involved with you. Again, this is what a man of character will say. Okay, this chick is not showing, she's disrespectful, she's rude, she's loud, she's nasty. Okay, this woman is not somebody I'm dealing with because, again, this does not meet my standard. But with the black man, again, because he grew up with mama, he thinks he has to take anything because that's what because he had to take anything from mama. And that's not the way the world works. No, again, the world is not going, women in the world are not your mama, and you don't have to settle for substandard, again, as your standard. And that's another thing, again, many black men don't understand because they grow up thinking, again, everything gotta be like mama. But no, everything ain't mama. Mama's relationship, again, you had to put up with that because she was an authority figure, but you are the authority figure. And when you become an adult, and as God's head and as God's steward, you don't settle for no disrespect. You don't settle for no woman talking loud or talking greasy to you. You don't settle for no woman acting out. No, that woman is a reflection of you as your girlfriend or your wife, and as a reflection of you, she basically represents you. And if she's out here acting ratchet and disrespectful, guess what? That makes you look like a weak man. That makes you lose face as a man. That makes you look like a joke as a man. And again, this is what many black men don't understand. And this is why many black men are seen as at the bottom of the dating scene. The guy who everybody comes to when they can't find no other option. When they can't find no other option, they go find a black man. Because the black man really, again, doesn't understand the basic rules of manhood, doesn't understand his role in the Word of God, doesn't understand his whole that he needs to have to set the standards, set the tone, set the boundaries, and set the rules for the relationship. No, he doesn't understand these things. No, he just thinks he has to follow behind women the way he did with his mama, and that really messes him up. Because, again, men don't follow women. No, men lead women. And men lead women who want to follow in their direction. And again, if this woman is not interested in following your lead, then you're not supposed to even be looking to chase behind her. Because chasing women, that's, again, a sign of weakness. Men don't chase women. Men deal with women who want to follow their lead. And sadly, again, a lot of our brothers out here have gotten a bad miseducation on these streets. And this is why many of these men basically wind up getting involved with women just like their mothers and having the same failed relationships that their fathers had with their mothers all those years ago. Now, if you want to learn more about why so many black men have a hard time with black women, you can pick up my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, on Amazon.com. And if you want to learn how to break out of this dysfunctional relationship paradigm, you can pick up my books, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, and The Man Crisis on Amazon.com as well. All these books are available in paperback and Kindle format, and they're also available in digital format at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to see me be able to make more videos, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose. The man who rules the world runs into the irresistible force of a man with nothing to lose in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get the regular and variant editions of John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose on Amazon.com today. Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Boule in this action-packed all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.